Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody's doing great. I just wanted to take this time and wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. No matter what holiday you're celebrating, I wish you all the best. This is a very special time of year. And I mean, we know this because people were trying to get here back in October. They were trying to bring this time of the year. So we're full of joy no matter what's happening in Washington, no matter what's happening anywhere. Our focus is on the joy of this season, and that's all I'm focusing on. That's all I care about at this point, and spending time with family. But this year has been a challenging year here in the market. I mean, we've experienced things that we've never experienced before in the market. No matter what people tell you about, yeah, it was like this time, it was like that. We haven't been through a pandemic like this. Nobody has. And both of my mentors have over 40 years experience in the market, and when they tell me that they haven't seen anything quite like this year, I have to believe them. So, but it's a good. Everybody that just started out this year, you really got to learn. And if you made it, you came through these storms, you should be a lot stronger and a lot more prepared, as things go forward. So then that kind of leads me into what our focus is for next year. Every year, we try to have a focus. And our focus next year is on our mind. It's developing that trader mindset. Now, a lot of you guys, you've gotten strategies, you're comfortable with it, you're comfortable with your process. You make winning trades, you make some really good trades, but at the end of the day, you're not building your account. You're just kind of either treading water, or you're losing a little bit, or you may be making a little bit, but you're not really consistent. It all has to do with your mindset as you come into trading. Traders have to develop a different mindset, and I call it the trader's mindset. A lot of the things that we learned, the values that we were taught growing up, does not work. It actually hurts us when we try to bring those into trading. And so that's what we're going to be focusing on. That's what our goal is this year, is to develop that mindset. I think David Goggins calls his a callous mind. That's what we're going to be developing, that callous mind, so that losses don't affect us. Big wins don't affect us. We come in every day with the same mindset, the same mentality, the same work ethic, and we execute. And we maximize the efficiency of our strategies. That's what we're going to be focusing on in 2021. I know that's where I need the most work. And so it's going to be an interesting journey here in 2021. As I said, if any of you guys that want to sign up, you want to join that roadmap to success, that's where I reverse engineered my path to profitability. And I take you through all the steps. I teach you all of the principles as I learned them. I'm here for one-on-one mentoring to help you through the process. But if you sign up now, the clock doesn't start till January 1st. Everything starts now January 1st. So if you want to get a head start, look through some of the classes, get some questions answered, come on and join the party. All right, so let's take a look at what we've done this week. Now, for the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing we've been coming out of that market distribution cycle where we weren't getting a lot of follow through We would get big moves. They would happen pre-market. We get gaps. So when the market opened, it would make a little move. We get a base hit or two, and then it just trades sideways, trades in a channel. We started to see some volatility coming back, and we've had several good trades on these opening range and channel breaks. I haven't done, like I said, I was taking a break from doing videos, so I didn't really bring all those out. But just this week, we've had some pretty good trades. Yesterday on SQ, pretty much today was a carbon copy on SQ. Really, really nice trades. Here I got a little bit late entry here because I'm looking at all of my stocks, trying to find the one that's gonna set up first. And here was the one that set up first for me. Well, there was actually another stock, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But this actually set up first, or first for me, the ones that I wanted to trade, but caught it a little late, and we just hit our targets. Now, this was a good example as to what I was talking about yesterday in the class about how if you're trading your P&L, if you're trading with your emotions, you got shook out of this trade. I know 3 people this morning who took this with me that got shaken out when it popped back up. They took it off. And technically, I was giving up on the trade mentally as well, that, hey, it's just not going to work. But I set my stop and I let it work. If it hit my stop, then that means the trade was dead. It didn't. I trusted the technicals. I said, as long as we're, holding the technicals, we're still in play. And that's what it was. It was still in play. We ended up getting our first target. And here again, the people that got out here ended up bailing out over here. Like I was saying, unless we made a higher high and we start establishing back over the high on the 5-minute chart, I was going to let it run. And sure enough, we just kept running down. And then here, we made a new high relative to this. We were bouncing, so I took it off. And, who knew this was going to come back? But we never did, through here, get down to my target. Now, yeah, I could have used the 9 as my guide. And I'll show you, I used that as my guide on the other trade we took. But here, I was looking at getting out, locking in the profit, and then catching it when we broke the channel here. Here, we did break the channel, but we didn't confirm. I would have been looking for some confirmation here, being that this was a holiday weekend. The volume was kind of light, so I was going to need confirmation on a secondary move. And we just didn't get it. So it never made a lower low relative to this, and it just kind of worked its way back up. But really nice trade. This is how I teach to manage it. Just you have to trust it, and that's where the mindset comes in. Everybody asks me, how can I be so patient sometimes? It's having the right mindset. When I'm impatient and I cut stuff off, I'm not in the right mindset. And I recognize that. And what do? I stop trading. I shut it down. Because if you continue to try to grind through it, you're going to lose all your damn money. You're going to give back what you made that day. Or if you're red, you're going to get even redder. So, it's all in your mind and how you're approaching the trade. Do you trust your strategy, your process? Do you trust the technicals that you use to help you establish your trade and your edge? That's what it all boils down to. So we brought out 534.68. One shot, one kill today. Never really set up for another trade, so we took this home. Not bad for a half a day. So the next trade we took was BABA. Oh, let me show you before we get to this. I didn't have a trade in my swing account, so I just took bye and it to see if we could get it to sell all day. I want to show you this other ticker here. What was it? My brain. BLNK. All right, BLNK was another one that was on our watch. And here, beautiful opening range break right here. Beautiful. That's the opening range high. Once you break it, you take it. But I'm going to show you why I didn't take it earlier. But look, it gave you one entry here. We put in the top of a channel. Look, here's a channel break. We did pull back, but look, we caught this again. So if you got the right entry, this shouldn't have stopped you out. And you made a big move. But regardless, if you didn't catch it here, you did catch this big, the big move up. If you took the opening range breakout, and some members did. So we had some pretty good opportunities here today, and lately we've been seeing them. So we're out of that distribution phase, and I think we're starting to get into a really nice rhythm here. I hope this continues into the new year. Oh, I know what I want to point out. I'm going to continue to use Thinkorswim as long as I can. Yeah, the short availability is a little bit, restrictive, but that's good because a lot of you guys are trading with CMEG and CMEG, and they don't have the shorts that, Speed Trader or IB has. So you guys are kind of restricted too. So I'm kind of trying to put myself in the same position. And if we don't have shares to short, then we can move on to something else. Like PLTR, we wanted to short it today, and that made an awesome move. Let's see, we'll put that up. That made an awesome move, but I couldn't short it because I didn't have shares to short in TD Ameritrade. So, it's little things like that. You can't let that bother you. You saw me pivot from that and moved over to the other stock on my watch, SQ. So, that's what we have to do. It's all about having that trader's mindset, being able to adjust. But I like the fact that no commissions. No ECN fees. This whole trade cost me $2 in fees. Well, not $2, $1.58 in fees. It's pretty darn good. And you compare it to what we did on Baba here in a minute, because we traded the same amount of shares and ended up with more in commissions and fees. So on Baba, same thing, opening range breakdown. This was selling off on the bad news in China. I think they were investigating this for its anti-monopoly laws. And I don't typically trade this stock because it's a little bit volatile. It could get tricky. I don't typically trade it in my so-called small trading account. But since I had the swing account up, I was all cash in it. I jumped on it. I told you guys that's what I was doing, and I showed you, we was able to stream this chart as well. But all we did was get in, and we hit targets. See here? We get in. It doesn't always go our way. Most of the time when we get in, it might go our way a little bit, then it turns around and flips on us. Honestly, it bothers me. It shouldn't bother me because I know that's what stocks do. But it's something that in my mind that I have to deal with, that I have to work on. But I still trust my technicals. I trust everything. And it works, hits our first target, works our way down, hits the second target. Here we kind of put in a bottom here, some support. You can see we held it for maybe 45 minutes or so. And then it started selling again. So I hit my next target, was 217.50. I thought 215 was going to be the bounce. But it actually ran all the way down to almost 211. So I was like $4 off on this. But still good. I got the meat of the move. I'm not going to cry about the $4 here that I missed. And take it to the house. So on 300 shares, I know this was a $200 and some stock, but on 300 shares, we brought in $1,522.92. And that's scaling out along the way. Really, really solid move. And you can see here on the commissions, really, to me, and I probably shouldn't make a big deal about it. Commissions to me really is no big deal. No big deal. When I started in 99, when I would make trade, I wasn't day trading. Had no idea what day trading was. But when I would put in my trade, it would cost me $25 just to get in the trade. To get out, $25. So $2 don't mean nothing to me. It doesn't. But you see on this ECN, one of the things with IB and Speed Trader and a lot of these other brokers, if you add liquidity to the market, you're going to get rebates. And so I actually picked up $1.20. They paid me for the liquidity I added. The little bit of liquidity that I added because of the orders that I used. But still not bad. Because a lot of people ask me why don't I go to Thinkorswim, zero commissions. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Made $1,500 and my commissions were less than $12. So really less than $11. Can't beat that, man. Can't beat it with a stick. All right, so we finishing out the month of December. I don't anticipate anything next week, unless some miracle takes place. We're locking it up, 1777.48. We had a slow start to this week. A slow end to November. We started rotating in the market, and we just kind of fell out of favor with it. But what do? You continue to trade the way you always trade. You don't change up. You can adapt, but you don't make wholesale changes. And there's a fine line between that, and there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. We talk about that all the time. But not the best of months, not the way I wanted to end the month or end the year with a weak month like this. But equity curve finished pretty healthy. Disappointed in the total for the year. $60,000 is the minimum. That's the minimum goal in this account. 60 grand, and I missed it. Missed it by a lot. But considering what we've been through this year and everything that we knew that we've dealt with, that we've learned, coming out with $43,735 is not a bad deal. No, not a bad deal. So I'm taking it. We're going to build off this next year and, keep pushing forward. I think 2021 is going to be a special year coming out of this pandemic year. That's what I feel. Closing out the swings. Now, if you want to check out the swing trades, they're on the website, AverageJoeTrader.com. There's a page dedicated to swings where you can see every swing that I've taken from the time I started the new swing program in July. But we finished up December strong. 19, 237.45, really strong finish. And you see, we really don't take many swings. We really don't take that many. We're really meticulous, and we focus on only taking the best setups. Now, this equity curve, I don't do it weekly, I do it monthly. Like I said, we started this out in July, and this is when we started, I started documenting. Now, I was sharing swing trades all throughout. And yeah, we were supposed to start this earlier in the year, but thanks to COVID and the market selling off, my swing strategies are to the long side only. I only teach you guys long swings. The worst thing in the world is for an inexperienced trader to swing short and wake up the next morning to a stock that's gapped up, and not only have they lost what they had in their account, but 10 times more. That's the worst thing that can happen. So I don't recommend swinging short until you have the account that can handle it and you have the experience that you know what you're getting into. So everything we teach in our swings is going to be to the long side, because that way the worst you can do is lose whatever you have in that trade. So that's why I'm focused on that. So all of these swings were to the long side, and all using our fundamental mechanical strategies, technical strategies. And so the program now, we have our Sunday session where we do the market analysis, we build our watch list. I send out the newsletter email that has that analysis written up, plus the watch list, and I tweet out my trade plan, the entry trigger for each stock, the profit targets, and the stop. So that's not going to change. I'm glad I got this whole swing thing up and running, and it's only going to get better. You see, I'm making better changes to make it better as we go along. So, that's something that we're going to be focusing more on too in 2021. A lot of you do have work, you have jobs, you're going back to work. You can trade. Swing trading is what helped get me out of my job quicker. Because I could set it and forget it. So that's gonna wrap it up for me. You'll probably hear from me before the new year. Kind of set things up for the new year, and all of that. But for now, I want everybody to have a Merry Christmas, a happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Enjoy it. Spend this time with your family. Enjoy the fruits of our labor. And let's get pumped up for 2021. So I'll see you guys on the other side of Christmas.